Hey y'all, it's Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen. Are you looking for a quick and easy weeknight meal that's gonna have supper on the table in less than 30 minutes? I've got it here with this one pan taco pasta. To get started, I took 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef and I browned that in my pan here. If there's excess grease, you're gonna wanna drain that away, then return the beef back to your pan. To this, I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic that I've minced. Now the thing with garlic is that it has a tendency to burn and can develop a bitter flavor. So you want to cook this for like maybe a minute, just until it's fragrant. Once we've got that combined, we're gonna add our other ingredients. To this, I'm going to add one 1-ounce packet of taco seasoning. And this is the kind of thing where you just pick your favorite. This is gonna go right into our beef here. To this, I'm adding 1 cup of a chunky jarred salsa. You know, salsa is a great shortcut ingredient because it's got tomatoes and peppers and onions, and it's a great way to add flavor without adding a lot of ingredients. I'm adding 1 15-ounce can of whole kernel corn that I've drained. Get that right in there. I've got 1 15-ounce can of black beans. Now, I'm not gonna drain these. We're gonna use the liquid that's in the can here. That's gonna help thicken our sauce. I've got 2 cups of beef broth. If you're watching your sodium intake, you can certainly opt for an unsalted or a low sodium broth, especially considering that we're using that packet mix, and all of those have varying levels of salt in them. So opting for a low sodium broth is a great way to control that, and you can always add some more salt at the end. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and once that's boiling, we're going to add about 8 ounces of pasta. I'm using a rotini pasta here, and it's uncooked. It's gonna cook in the broth here. We're just gonna add that right to the skillet. We're gonna coat all of this in that broth, kind of press it flat here so that we make sure that all of that pasta is down into our liquid. We're gonna cover it, and that's it. 15 to 20 minutes. You might wanna stir this once or twice just to make sure that that pasta is in contact with all of that liquid so that it cooks through. I've got another one done here. You can see the pasta cooks perfectly. If you want to use a different style or size of pasta, a different kind, you certainly can do that. At this point, you can adjust your seasonings, add some salt and pepper if you need to do that. I've got about 2 cups of a shredded Mexican cheese blend here. I'm gonna sprinkle this right over the top. And then you can serve this topped with some more cheese, some more salsa, some black olives, some cilantro, some sour cream. Get creative with it. If you'd put it on a taco, you could put it on this pasta. I'm gonna put the lid back on it, allow that to melt, and supper's ready. Folks, you can find this super easy recipe by heading over to the website at southernbite.com and just visit the Simply Southern TV section. Y'all enjoy.
Mary, I've said it many times, the best thing about having Stacy on the show, well, of course, the best thing about having Stacy on the show is we get to eat what he cooks. The second best thing about having Stacy on the show is that you can check out his website for specifics or variations on a recipe. For example, on this one, he suggests a chunkier salsa, and he says if you like a little more heat, you can choose one that contains chilies or jalapenos.
Stacy also says this taco pasta is great the next day if you happen to have leftovers. But he does not recommend putting it in the freezer because the macaroni tends to get mushy after it's been frozen.
No mushy macaroni for me.
Nope.
Of course, the main ingredient is beef, and we want to thank the Alabama Cattlemen's Association for sponsoring today's recipe. By the way, they've got some pretty terrific beef recipes on their website as well. Just go to bamabeef.org.
Thank you all for joining us today, but it's time to run. We hope you'll be back with us again next week when we take you to a special performance of the Montgomery Symphony.
And we'll introduce you to a group of people who personify the term family farm. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. We'll see you then.
Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of these sponsors.